Well, thank you for staying with us. If you're just tuning in, this is This Morning on ITV, Thursday morning edition. Well, we'll just quickly go straight to our first segment on the show this morning, as we are being privileged to be joined by two analysts that will be joining us to look at women's participation ahead of the 2023 election, but the economy in focus. Well, from my immediate left is Princess Bola Akhalame, and she's the president, Women for Positive Change. Good morning and welcome to the show. All right, and from my extreme left is Comrade Doris Oyinyechi. She's a civil activist, and together they will be joining me to x-ray the front line of our discussion. Good morning, Comrade.
Thank you so much.
Okay, let's just begin with you, Princess Bola. Are women really into politics in this country? Because it seems they've just gone into the thin air, looking at the forthcoming election.
Yeah, we are underrepresented, if I may say. The issue we have in the country, we have various issues pertaining women involving in politics and governance. Over the years, we've been advocating, we've been making sure that we have more women in politics. But it seems that recently, if you look at it this way, in Edo State here, go to House of Assembly, you will not find any women there as House of Assembly member. When we have a local government chairman, we don't have any local government chairperson. When we go to councillor, we have few. When you go to National Assembly, we have few, and Senate. You know, the problem we have is that when we talked about the party itself, contribute a lot, the society where we find ourselves contribute a lot, and the culture, the norms surrounding women, especially marriage, money involved, financial muscle and all of that. Because we women, we don't have that much money to push through, you understand? We have the number, we have the boldness, we have the capacity, we are very intelligent people, you understand? But there are a lot of things that's limiting us as a women, you know, to come out. You know, we have been in this place that every women will come out because they will share you, they will give you, wrapper, they will share you, give you rice, they will, you know, because of that. The young further.
So you think women are limited to collection of rice and...
That is the issue, because we have the number. If we're to go out there on the election day to vote, we have the number to win the election. But because of, one, jealousy, we have this jealousy spirit that, look, you are going there. You are not better than me, I should be there. Because of that, there's not this unity among us.
Okay, Comrade Onyeshi, do you think women are the problem of themselves at this point from her submission? Do you think women are the problem of themselves?
Women are not the problem to themselves.
Okay.
There are factors limiting women in participating in politics. And these factors is that we've not really had a bill signed into law that guarantees women this right of a 35% affirmative action that we've been clamoring for. And by the time this bill is being passed, you are not in support of your fellow woman or not, a woman must take the place. That 35% we are clamoring for, we must get it done. Yes, if the bill is signed into law, there will be no limiting factor anymore. I think it will address every other problem that surrounds it. And you remember when people mention that women are a problem of their fellow women, is individual thing. It's not, you can't generalize that. Not every woman is, might use the word stupid. You get it. I have seen women who support another woman. It's not for the sake of money, but for the fact that they are born a leader, they are born a role model, and they like discharging that responsibility. So because that this affirmative action is still hitting bricks, it seems that as if we are not making headways. And again, you see men also using their wives, their spouses, and their acquaintances to attack another woman in the field. Yes, That's the thing.
You think so?
Yes, because when you are a friend to a woman, it's like you are also befriending her spouse, befriending her acquaintances. You get it?
Okay.
So when they find or look for a means of bringing you down, they use a woman to do that. It's not necessarily that women are the problem to each other, no. But the factor is this, that we've not had that enabling ground, that enabling environment to come in as it's supposed to be. And if you look at the percentage of women representation in Nigeria today, about 6.1% is not enough to compare to what other African countries have in terms of political participation. Okay. But in Nigeria, because of this factor that our law and our cultural norms, the structured patriarchal society that we have, you see that even religion, I've not seen religion or culture that supports women, because they see men look at it that when a woman succeeds, they equate it to their failure. And again, they also look at it that your subjugation, your subservience is a virtue. They see it that in this part of the world, that as a woman, you are supposed to be behind or the other room. So the factor is not women not supporting each other, okay, but rather that affirmative action we are clamoring for, please, should be signed into law. It will address every other problem.
Okay, I'll come back to you, Princess Bola Khaleme. You want to share in her thoughts?
You know, I was sharing that thought of the culture, the environment we find ourselves. Particularly when we talked about, we should look into party structures. You know, because this decision is being taken by party chieftains, the party leaders, because when they are taking this decision, they believe that the women belong to the kitchen. They believe that women have not really pushed themselves out to take that position. And even when they willingly, they want to say, okay, let's look at this woman, let's put her there. But you find them coming up again, ganging up again, not to allow women to get there. You understand? So that is the issue. The party structure needs to allow women, you know, to take lead, to come out, to be a candidate. Because if you are not a candidate of a political party, you can't be opportune to go out there or be people coming and voting for you.
So the first point of call
is
being a party member.
Party members starting from grassroots. Because if you don't start from grassroots, how will you become a councillor? How will you become a chairman of a local government? And how will you become a governor? You understand? I can as well tell you that when the party have it in mind that, look, out of this 100%, let's give 30% for women. The quota system, it works in South Africa, it works in Uganda, but in Nigeria, it's not working. And we need to put it in place so that we can say, oh, 30% should be women represented. You understand? So that is the issue we are having right now. Quota system.
Okay, away from the quota system, let's come to Doris. What's the economic value of gender inclusion in politics? What's the economic value?
Okay, inclusiveness, granting that 35% inclusion or women participation in politics will unravel a whole lot of things. It will be of an economic benefit to women because we wear the shoes and we know where it pinches us. And you understand that countries that have signed or that have put this into practice is really making progress for them. And when we have this 35%, you will agree with me that we'll have women in different strata of governance, both in political appointments and other normal offices. And you understand that they will be there to represent us. They will be there to make laws, sign laws that will be of economic benefit to women. And let me shock you too. Presently in Edo State, we've submitted a bill, you know, asking for women economic empowerment. So these are the things that we are talking about. It is only women that can be able to justify or classify the type of problem that we need to address. Okay, if you remember, or if you can be a witness, what we are experiencing today in our economy is a shambles. The economy keep drowning, keep going down day by day, in the sense that if you ask me, because we are in a society where men think that they knows it all. When you give a woman a chance to lead, you will see that there will be a difference, because we consider a lot of factors. We put a lot of factors in practice. And we can be able to tell you that this area you are going to, this point you are heading to, there is no way that it will not lead you to anywhere, but rather you have to make a U-turn. And you remember that women are more into things that drives or stirs the GDP, because when you go to farm, you find us there. We are home to make sure that the home front is ongoing, is running smoothly, and we are in the offices too to also make sure that we contribute our quota. So by the time you give us this enabling environment, because we still see that we are still struggling to get it, and this thing should not be something that we have to struggle.
So if you are still struggling to get it, if you now get there,
yeah,
what difference will you make?
It's the difference I'm telling you. We make laws that will make policies that will stir the economy, that will move the economy forward, because we are too one-sided, you understand? We need to bring in women who are really sophisticated in terms of skills, because when you talk of skills and intelligence, you can't doubt it that women are not there. We are there to discharge. We are there to bring in our expertise to make sure that the economy works smoothly. It's working well in the US, that brought in or that introduced this affirmative action. And I believe we practice the same presidential system of government.
Absolutely.
Yes. And if we can have senators who can be able to sign this affirmative action into law for us, you will agree with me that the economy will not remain the same anymore. Yes.
Okay, I'll get back to you. Now, as a grassroots politician, Princess Bola, what are you putting in place to ensure that women in rural setting are being carried along? Because to an extent, it seems you guys are the urban setting, you're just doing your thing, and those are the rural setting, they are not even giving a damn to what is happening in the politics.
Yeah, enlightenment programs. We've been embarking on enlightenment program all this while to tell women, first of all, you need to start from somewhere. You don't just jump, you start from the grassroots. You need to be educated, because when you go to school, when you pass through school and the school pass through you, you will be enlightened. You won't be pushed aside. You won't be forced to do things, you understand? Because when you get to that position, you take decisions, you understand, that will impact the lives of people. So starting from this, you need to enlighten people on what to do. I wrote a book recently, and when I launched that book, a lot of women called me. I want to get involved in politics, but I don't know how to go into it. I don't know how to do it. How can you teach me? What do you want me to do? What do you expect of me? So we have been enlightening people, retraining, empowering women. Because when you empower women, you will have this confidence. You know, you have this authority you will face any challenges that may come across. You know, we have a lot of issues. We have violence issues because, you know, politics are shaped with violence. And, you know, women, we are not these people that like violence. So because of that, we try to, you know, push aside, to stay aside, not to involve. But no, you need to take it by the horn. So you need to get involved. You need to come out. No, but you can't be sleeping at home and expecting somebody to hold your hands and to tell you to come and join politics or to come and, you know, to contest.
So there should be interest.
There should be interest. You must come out to say, oh, I'm interested to become a councillor. How will I go about it? You need to start from somewhere. So that is what we have been doing. We have been going into, villages and all of that, talking to people, telling them the reason. Because of this passion, I wrote a book which I titled The Need for Women Participation in Politics. Because women need to be involved. Women need to be empowered, you understand? So because if women are empowered, the society will be better for it. Because we have this soft heart. We have the heart to help people. We have the heart to assist a lot of people. And when we assist the children, we assist our family, I believe the society will be better for it. And that is what we have been doing.
Okay, Comrade Oyinyechi, as an activist and an advocate for women inclusion in politics, do you think educational background should be a limitation?
Never. Because there are many educated illiterates in our society.
What do you mean by that? You need to expatiate.
Yes, people that claim that they are graduates or trained, you get it. And by the content of their character and what they discharge, you see that you can equate them to be illiterates. You get it. What does our law says about participation in politics, both man and woman? What does our law says about education, the right to education? Our law says in the Constitution that we have the right to education from kindergarten to JSS3. That is why we have the UBE. You get it. And it is assumed that by the time you start your kindergarten to JSS3, you should be able to read and write. And JSS3 is even an added advantage. In our Constitution, with your school leaving certificate, you can contest for different positions to partake in election. You get it. So what matters is for you to acquire that basic knowledge of reading and writing. And again, for you to try as much as possible, because you must attain the age of 18 before you start glamoring or aspiring for any political position. Then what you have to, even if you are not opportune to see the four walls of the university, it doesn't matter. What matters is that you developing yourself, you trying to acquire one or two skills that will make you to be a better citizen. Having a university degree does not guarantee that you'll become a good politician, because I have seen some who fumble, who cannot even speak good English, and they claim to be educated. That was why I said educated illiterates in the first place. So it doesn't really justify education. Pure. It depends on the level of education you are looking at it. But if you can get to primary 6, have your first school leaving certificate, you can read and write. That is what our Constitution says. Okay. You can vie for any political position of your choice. And you come in to give us what you think that you can do better. This is what we are looking at.
Now, we have women in politics. Yeah. We have some of them in governance. Yeah. Some are even deputy governors in their various states. We will have them in the House of Assemblies and in the Senate. Yeah. But to an extent, some people feel that they are voiceless. Because to an extent, when you have a deputy governor that is a male, he's more active. He seems to be more active than a female deputy governor. So how do you think you people will start striking a balance so that at the end of the day, women, we have a voice?
The issue is that we can still applaud those people that picked deputy as their running mate or as a deputy governor. We can still applaud them. They have the interest of women at heart at that level. So as a woman, you are a deputy governor, and you should have the heart of women. You should bring women together. You should make sure that things go right for women and children. You understand? Most times I just believe that majority of governors that have this deputy governor as a woman, they still believe the society factor believes that women should not talk. Women should be at the background. That is the issue. You know, when you don't allocate a lot of things to women, she won't do much. When you are there, you as a governor, and you take over everything, you should apportion some positions to women to, look into this, and look, the woman will be active. But when you put women there just for figurehead.
So are they just figureheads?
Yes, that is the issue. They cage the women because they believe that women should not say anything. Women should be at the background. That is the problem. Even when they have it in mind that, my running mate or my deputy should be a woman. That is the issue we are having. And that is why the women that are in this position should voice out, should come out, should have passion for women and children. You know, try to bring women up, try to elevate some women, so that by so doing, we have a lot of women coming. And we still have a lot of, we have some women that are going for House of Rep as at now, in Edo State here, that is going to House of Rep. And, you know, we can still support those people to win, especially when they have something offset, they have something to offer. Let's support those people to win. By so doing, we'll be multiplying. We will be, you know, we'll be much in number. Our voice will be heard as at that time. When we vote for women, we have the number. Let's vote for women. Women that you know that they are capable. They have the heart of doing things. They have the heart of developing children and women. Let's vote for those women.
Okay, Doris, let's talk about the economy now. Is the economy affecting women at all?
We are the worst hit. Women are the most vulnerable set of gender. And the way the economy is today, the rate of inflation as at yesterday is 21.64%. You see that it is an alarming situation for us all, including men, including you looking at me. Yes, it is an alarming situation. Why I mentioned that we are the worst hit is because of this structured patriarchal society we find ourselves. Most of men these days do not like their wives or their spouses to do something, and they prefer you to sit at home and to do the job in the other room. And you can see that even having one stream source of income these days is not enough to keep yourself moving, not to talk of the home front. And again, salary is not increasing, but rather expenses is skyrocketing.
Cost of living is, yeah.
Yes, cost of living is too high, expenses is skyrocketing. Assuming a man who works and earns on monthly basis, who has a wife at home, who he mandates to be producing children as at when they need it, and be changing pampers at home without doing anything. So you can now imagine the situation the woman will find herself. You can imagine the aggressive nature or the kind of toxic that family will be facing. You get it? We need to consider this when we are making policies. Our policies is not too favorable to all of us, and it's too bad for women as well. That is why we are clamoring for this 35%, so that we can all come out to make ends meet. We can come out as human, because we see all of us as, me, I see every human person as human, not minding your gender. You get it? And I believe that we all have a role to play. We all have one or two things to contribute. Assuming that we are in a home and I work, you work too as a man, and at the end of the day, both of us have something to bring home together. And you will see that the home front will never be the same. But whereby our men see themselves as the all and all, they are the alpha and the omega. You as a woman, you does not have a say. You get it? The economy is too harsh on us. I can tell you, I know quite a number of women who have complained bitterly on what they need to do. Okay, yesterday when I was going somewhere, the cabman that was carrying me saw one woman hawking pure water by Second Junction. And the man shouted, I know this woman, not this housewife madam stuff. So hardship, don't push him, enter road. That was how the cabman stated it. And I said, look, this time is not the season where we sit back to wait for one man to provide all. We all need to come out. And we also need to do something about this economy stuff, because in terms of gender-based violence, is also on a very high rate now, because some men, when they are not happy, when they are not giving their best, or when they are not getting what they are expected of, you see that they bring that anger back home to invest it on their wife, and it's not a very good thing. It's not healthy to our society.
All right, now, Princess Akhaleme.
Yes.
Some women still feel is the duty of a man to provide for the home.
Yes.
To an extent, some are still not doing anything. And the economy is really, really skyrocketed.
Yeah.
To an extent, a bag of rice is almost out of the reach of the rich.
Yeah.
So how do we now start striking a balance in the society?
Any woman that is still at home now doing nothing, will find herself to be blamed. Because as a woman, you are not a subordinate. God created you in his own image. You should do something. It should not be one source of income. It should be 7 sources of income. I'm telling you, women are striving. Women are coming out to do something. As a woman sitting at home complaining, There is this time I heard in the radio, one woman was complaining that they've married for 23 years and she's at home doing nothing. They now ask her, what kind of job the man is doing? He said, dry cleaner. And you expect that man to provide all things in the house? No, you got to stand up and do something as a woman. You need to provide for your family. Your children are crying for something cheap, small, and you can't even provide. You expect the man to do everything. It's a no for me. All women need to come out and do something. So we don't need to sit at home doing nothing, blaming your husband, coming out crying that their husband has not been doing this, doing that. You need to stand up and do it. Because when you create a balance at home, there will be there's this joy. You know, there's this harmony, there's this atmosphere. Because when there's money at home, everything will work smoothly, you understand? Okay. So as a woman, we need to come out, do something. Don't sit at home. I don't want to hear any woman coming, you know, my husband have not done this now. Do something, you know, come out. Just little, do something. Okay,
Onyechi, should Nigerians now trust a woman in the highest office? Well, next election is just around the corner. We don't have any of your representative on the ballot when it has to do with presidency. Now, in the future, the nearest future, should Nigerians trust a woman?
Yes, Nigerians should do. Women can deliver, honestly, and we've produced quite a number of them who are doing exceedingly well and who had done well in their career when they were alive. I can mention a few for you. Let's Professor Dora Akunyili, who exemplified herself as a role model to Nigeria as a nation. She delivered. I can also mention to you the present chairman of the WTO, who named by Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, who is also doing exceedingly well, who is leading such a powerful international organization. But
don't you think that's because she's outside the shores of Nigeria?
Never. It's in our blood. She's our product. They are our materials.
So if she comes back home, she can replicate what she's doing there.
Exactly. All what we need to have is this law to give us the enabling background so that by the time they are given this opportunity, no man should come to bully them, because there's a lot of bullying and stereotyping that, wow, she was able to make it because she was giving herself to attain such position. And again, another aspect is this also bullying factor. You understand me? When you want to talk to a woman who is in position, you talk to her as if she's your maid. You rain lots of abuses verbally or even using attitude to subdue the person. But when we have this law in place, all these issues will be addressed once and for all. We are not even asking too much in this affirmative action. Okay. We are just asking that we should be giving 35% in political parties. We should be giving 35% representation in political positions. We should be giving that right also for our foreign husbands to also get citizenship, just like you men do automatically. Are you getting me? And all these things I mentioned, they are not too much for women to enjoy. Okay. Why not sign this bill into law once and for all? And all this, there are more that we may not even know. There are more women who are doing exceedingly well out there. You remember that in the US today, the president, Joe Biden, was able to appoint several Nigerian women into his cabinet. Why are they appointing them? They are appointing them because they are capable. These are our products. They are our heritage. They are our blood. They need to come back to also exercise this expertise of theirs. And we at home, we are still capable. We can still deliver. Yes. Okay.
Let's take a final note from Princess Bola Khaleme. Now, there are women who have low self-esteem. What's your advice to them?
It's something you need to develop by yourself. You know, you need to tell yourself, I can do it. If others can do it, you can, you know. Have self-confidence. Talk to yourself, I can do this. So when you have this confidence, you will be able to do everything, you understand? In short, apart from politics, in your working place, you know, you must have belief and this confidence that I will make it. Okay. And you can make it.
All right, thank you very much, and Princess Bola Khaleme, and of course, Comrade Onyechi Doris, for taking time to join us. Well, we'll quickly take a short pause now. Then when we come back, we'll try the front line on the second segment. Don't go nowhere.